All right, and I'm getting ready to grade some independent and integrated and even some pronunciation practice for my online students at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and I'm starting with the first student right now. So let's see what we have.
First.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for RK, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. So you completed independent speaking practice test number 21. All right, let's take a look at this one. It says, give 2 solutions that you think can help reduce air pollution. And let's hear how you responded to this question.
We can reduce the air pollution by using 2 solutions.
Okay.
First, by planting more trees.
By using 2 solutions or by enacting 2 specific things or solutions to solve the problem.
By using public transport more than using our own vehicles. First of all, by planting trees, we will contribute to the greener world.
You want to say there, contribute. So stress is on on that second syllable there.
Moreover, this will help in reducing the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide level in the air.
I like those specific vocabulary words that you're using, and they're scientific. Very good.
As trees, they clean the air and make it more fresh for people to breathe. Second of all, by using the public transport, there will be less number of vehicles running onto the road.
You want to say there will be a fewer number of vehicles on the road. So use fewer with count nouns, use less with uncount nouns.
And this will contribute to making the air more pure for the people. So these are the solutions I believe will help in reducing the air pollution. We can reduce the...
Okay, so overall, let's take a look at the rubric. So, yeah, I think on this one you have a pretty good organization along with some supporting detail. You did have, unfortunately, some minor problems with delivery and also topic and language use. Let me take a look at the rubrics here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I apologize right now. I am in day 2 of a monster cold, so I feel absolutely terrible. Terrible. But I don't feel too terrible to listen to your practice. I want to listen to your speaking for sure. Okay, so I think it's a good response. You're speaking fairly clearly, some minor word stress issues, you had some minor language use issues. So I'm going to put you at about 24 to 26 points out of 30, 3.1 to 3.3 out of 4. So I think by all accounts, this is a good response. Okay, now I'm going to email this to the student. Okay, I think we have it. Upload the file. Got it. So I just graded that one. Okay, let's go to Oscar. Okay, let's see what we have. So Oscar did Speak Clearly 48 post-test.
Reading passage 1. When two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart. Each person has an invisible boundary around his, her.
Let me go ahead and get my recording set up for him. Yeah, hi there, Oscar. This is Michael. So I'm going to listen to your Speak Clearly post-test, lesson number 48. So the purpose here is to see how you're doing with all the vowel and all the consonant sounds. I'll also give you some feedback regarding syllable division and grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and also thought groups and blending, all right? So thank you for completing this, and let's see what happens.
Reading passage 1. When two people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance apart. Each person has an invisible boundary around his, her, body into which other people may not come. If someone pierces this boundary, she, he will feel uncomfortable and move away to increase the distance between them. The major exception is family members and other loved ones. This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual.
Okay, you want to say that is at odds, and then individual. So overall, you're doing okay. Now, the one thing that I'd like you to work on more is intonation, right? You need to vary your tone a little bit more, right? So that's definitely one thing I'm going to write down here. Okay, let's keep going.
Reading passage 2. Interestingly, the average personal distance varies from culture to culture.
So I would say it like this. Interestingly, the average personal distance varies from culture to culture. Right? So you have to kind of have some highs and lows. So basically, after the first thought group, for example, I paused after varies, the tone rises just a little bit because I still need to say from culture to culture.
Americans tend to require more personal space than in other cultures. Therefore, if you try to get too close to an American during your conversation, he or she will feel that you are in his face and will try to back away.
Okay.
Try to be aware of this. If the person to whom you are speaking backs away a little, don't try to close the gap.
Okay, now you're doing
Reading passage 3.
You're doing called blending.
Also try to avoid
Blending is good because you're trying to blend the words within your thought group, so that's a good
physical
step.
contact while you are speaking, since this may also lead to discomfort. Touching is a bit too intimate for
You want to say touching. Touching is a bit too intimate.
casual acquaintances.
You want to say casual. Casual acquaintances.
So don't put your arm around her shoulder. Don't touch her face, or hold her hand. Shaking hands when you initially meet or party is acceptable, but this is only momentary. Part B. Respond to the following interview questions. Do not write an outline or practice your answers.
Okay.
Speak as naturally as you can. Number 1. Who is your best friend? Why is this person important to you? Using supporting examples.
All right.
Because he was the first person that I met in high school, and also we have a lot of things in common. That's what I can say, that Gerardo is my best friend. First.
Now saying that is what I can say, or that is why I can say, that's very awkward. Just say that Gerardo is my best friend, and then you have your dependent clause which precedes that. So the grammar and the vocabulary that you used right there was a little bit unnatural, not really automatic, which means a native speaker wouldn't say it the way that you just said that.
When I say that he was the first person that I met in high school, it is because I was living in another place, in a little town, and I moved away to Mexico City.
Don't forget,
and he was
and I moved away, or I had moved away from Mexico City at the time. So if you want to talk about a past event which happens before another past event, then use the past perfect.
First person that I met on high school.
Okay.
And secondly, when I say that we have a lot of things in common, is because both like to play football.
Hold on, the lights went out of my room here. Give me a second.
And watch football game, and also we like the same team, Barcelona. In conclusion, that's what I can say, that he is my best friend. Number 2, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Okay.
What will you be doing? Be sure to explain your ideas with supporting details.
Say that word with supporting details.
Where do I see myself in 5 years from now? Well, right now I'm 34 years, and I will be 39. I don't have any children.
Say 34 years old. That's the best way. You say, right now I am 34 years old, and in 5 years I'll be 39. Wow, do you believe that? Is that crazy or what? But don't worry about that. I turned 50 this year. Think about that for a minute.
So I think that I will have my first girl.
You might say, I think that I will have had my first girl by that time. So use the future perfect to talk about an action which happens beyond the present time. That's probably your most appropriate tense. It's a very rare tense, but you could use it in that case. So if you're not sure, if you want to go to Google to learn more about this, go to Google here, type in these keywords, the future perfect tense in English grammar, or how do I use the future perfect tense in English grammar?
What I will be doing, I think that I will be living in another place, probably Cuernavaca, because it's a big place and there are a lot of things to do with my family.
Okay.
And number 3, what is your favorite season of the year? Fall, winter, spring, or summer?
Okay.
Be as specific as possible. Well, because winter has the month of December, and I like too much December. I can say that winter is my favorite season of the year, because on December, the family gather together.
You had, I like too much. Let's go back to what you just said there.
Specific as possible. Well, because winter has the month of December, and I like too much December.
I like too much December. Again, your language use is killing you. We wouldn't say it like that. You could say, I like December a lot, Or December is my favorite month of the year because, but I like too much December. I wouldn't say it that way. Again, you might say I like December a lot. Now, if you could say I like December too much, but that has more of a negative kind of connotation, so I probably wouldn't say too. That's more negative. Let me give you two sentences. Think about this. If I said the suitcase is so heavy, I'm just saying it's heavy. If I say the suitcase is too heavy for me to lift, it means that I cannot pick it up. So let's say that you see a really beautiful woman. You say the woman is so beautiful. Now, if you say the woman is too beautiful, you're saying it more in a negative kind of connotation, that she's so beautiful that you feel that it's even a detriment or a distraction from her or whatever. So, but that's more negative. I would never say it that way. I would just say a woman is so beautiful. I would never say she's too beautiful. So be careful about that, using too. Again, if you want to go to Google, type in this. Here's some key words. Using to versus so in English grammar. TOO versus so. And understanding the difference between those two words.
I can say that winter is my favorite season of the year because on December, all the family gather together to enjoy food, to enjoy family, to have some fun together. So that's what I can say in conclusion, that winter is my favorite season of the year.
All right. Okay, now let's take a look at
Reading passage 1.
your intelligibility score
When two
now.
people are talking to each other, they tend to stand a specific distance
Okay,
apart.
hold on a minute.
Each person has an invisible boundary around his.
There, stopped it. Don't need to listen to it again, right? Okay, so intelligibility is actually pretty good. There's no major problems with your intelligibility. So on the scale here, let's see, extensive vocabulary, speaks fluently. You have some word choice issues, and that's why I'm not going to put you in the 5 areas. So from a intelligibility, speaking and intelligibility standpoint, I'm going to put you pretty high. I'll put you at about 4.8 out of 7. So I'm going to put you close to 5. You had some unnatural type grammar and vocabulary that you're using in there. In terms of pronunciation, I think you should review intonation. Everything else is pretty good. So if you want to do a little more practice with pronunciation, you can check out my pronunciation lessons 36 through 40. That's an area that you can probably continue to make some improvements in. All right? Okay, we got this one. This is a pronunciation pretest. So some of my online students, I'm posting this at YouTube because some of my online students, they like to go to my YouTube channel and they like to listen to some of the comments I'm giving to other students, and they feel like that kind of helps them also with their English. So I'm going to make sure that they have access to this. We've got Oscar. Going to upload this to the website. So he can have this. Okay, let's go back to the next one. Right here. I've graded one of these. Okay, I think she did integrated speaking practice test number 14. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Michelle, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And I'm going to listen, it looks like your integrated speaking practice test number 14. All right, so here we go.
The conversation discusses about the requirements for research paper.
Let me make sure you got it. I think you got it this time. Your grammatical, your subject-verb agreement is good.
The conversation discusses about.
Yes, discusses about. So you're actually creating that additional syllable at the end. So very nice. So when your subject is singular, your verb should be singular.
The requirements for research paper given by Professor John during his class. The first speaker asks the second one if he read the requirements for assignments. Then he confirms it, saying he did it for most of it. She questions again if he read specifically the part of how long the assignment should be, and he refused, saying he thought she was referring to the due date part. She mentions the length of paper is said to be 6 to 7 pages long,
okay.
But she's doubtful if the professor is flexible about this part. He thinks it should not be a problem to have paper with 5.5 or 8 pages length. However, she reinforces she heard that papers with 5.5 or 7.5 pages length fail or got lower scores in the past, and then the guy suggests that she make sure the paper will be 6 pages length.
I would say the guy suggests that she make sure the paper, so in that case, you don't want to put S on the verb in the noun clause because you're using what's called the subjunctive mood. Right? Again, if you have more questions on this, go to Google. What is the subjunctive mood in English grammar? So you want to learn how to use that. It kind of means that the man suggests that the woman should do something, or the man suggests that she do blah, blah, blah.
The conversation discusses about the requirements for research paper given by Professor John during his class. The first speaker asks the second one if the guy suggests that she make sure the paper will be 6 pages length.
Right. So overall, I think that you definitely have answered this question, which is good. Right? So let's go to the rubrics here. I can figure out a score for you. Okay, I think from you had some minor language use issues, particularly with the subjunctive mood, but I don't think it's a major problem overall. You seem to have pretty good control of your grammar and your vocabulary. You had good topic development. You completely and accurately explained the most important points, I think, from this conversation. So you did what you needed to do. Delivery, you need to work on. I'd like you to speak. You've done it before. But maybe you're recording your speaking in a library or something, but you can't speak very loudly. Well, I don't know what the problem is, but I want you to speak as loudly and as clearly as you can, because that really helps me to give you more feedback regarding your pronunciation. And remember, when you're in the TOEFL testing center, Even though other people in the testing center and you're doing the speaking, do not worry about them. Speak confidently, speak loudly, speak clearly. Don't worry about disturbing other people. Because if you speak too softly, then you're going to have some problems with your intonation and things, and it's going to be harder for the IBT human raters to evaluate your response at least accurately, so don't hold back. That's something that you want to consider. All right, your score here, I'm going to put you at about 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right? So this is integrated speaking, number 14. There it is. Got it. So I'm done with that one. So I can send my comments to her. Okay, I think we can move on. Can we go to my email now? I think I have some things I need to check here. Okay, let's say okay, this guy, Jamil here, completed a diagnostic pretest for vowel and consonant sounds, no doubt. All right. So let's hear. Delete some stuff here just for a minute. Okay, let's download this one. Okay, the first thing is I need to listen to, he's actually going to go through some exercises, reading some different words, and I'm trying to figure out which vowel, which consonant sounds he's having the most trouble with.
Diagnostic test.
Okay, here we go. And I'm going to actually give him some comments at the end. So we'll say pronunciation, pretest, here we go.
26. Act, active, actively, activity. Compete, competed, competitive, competitively. Humid, humidity.
Now wait a minute. So he's doing the second pretest in my course, not the first one. He's doing the more advanced one. So let me go back and find that one. Here we go. Got it. So in this case, I'm trying to figure out what problems, if any, the student is having with syllable division and grammatical word endings, word stress, sentence rhythm, intonation, and finally thought groups and blending. These are the areas I'm trying to focus on in this particular pretest.
Diagnostic test. Lesson 26. Act, active, actively, activity. Compete, competed, competitive, competitively. Humid, humidify, humidifier, dehumidifier. Budget, budgeted, budgetary. Marriage patterns in rural Turkey are noticeably influenced by endogamous preferences within both villages and kinship groups. Pay, pays. Pot, pots. Run, runs. Cuff, cuffed. Pass, passed. Saved, judged, sorted, sifted, planted, circumstances. Conditioning, associate, techniques. Discussion, resurrected, consecutive, dysfunctional, retreat, positive, classical, religious. Harmony, provide, air conditioner, class cleaner, myself, themselves. 13, 30, 14, 40, 15,
Yeah, I think
50,
you can work in this
16,
area a little
60,
bit.
17, 70, 18, 80, 19, 90. Downwind, outdoors, break into, check out. The conduct of the conductor was inappropriate. She objected to being an object of his affection. Disrespect, interlock, outpace, USA, GPA, CO, academic, analytical, diversity, fortify, cardiology, discussion, geography, cautious, Canadian, chronological, absentee, overseer, Vietnamese, picturesque, technique, curved, educate, education, motivate, motivation, operate, operation.
See, the problem with his word stress here, this is kind of interesting, is he's not making the stress syllable clearer, louder, longer, and higher pitched. And that's important for word stress and also for intonation to help him speak more naturally. So that's something, a suggestion I have to tell him he's got to focus on.
Overrated, he ate it, position, he fixed it, assume, a broom. Cool bike, cool biker, coolest biker. The player left the game in the fourth quarter. Mr. Jones is grading his papers today. Can you give me a burger with cheese? She spoke with me. How is your homework coming along? She can go to the store. She can't go to the store. She can run the whole distance. She can't run the whole distance.
No, it's good.
She was at his house yesterday. She wasn't at his house yesterday. Jane could talk to the other workers. Jane couldn't talk to the other workers. Did John go to the game last week? John went to the game last week. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What are you working on? I'm working on a composition. What kind of composition? It's a history composition. When is it due? It's due Friday morning. There is an advantage and a disadvantage to your idea. There is an advantage and a disadvantage to your idea. Did she go on vacation in the summer? It was the winter when she went on vacation. That was a great movie. I will say it was good. Why didn't you return the book to the library? You are wrong. I did return the book to the library. I like apples, bananas, oranges, lemons, and grapes. She has 12 members in her family. She has 12 members? My phone number is 888-9002. Did you say 888-9002? I want to leave Johnny. I want to leave Johnny. I'm going to the United States. Where? I'm going to the United States. Where? 23-foot long sticks. 23-foot long sticks. Where are you going? I'm going to Los Angeles. I'm going to Los Angeles. I didn't get this one. This question in lesson 41. Where are you going? Part 3. With the friends later on. I didn't get it. Sorry, Michael. Lesson 42. Bobby Thompson, who lives in my neighborhoods, is coming to visit tomorrow.
Okay.
Very ordinary looking. Vampire bats weigh about 1 ounce and have a body which is the size of an adult's thumb. Sir Francis Galton, a cousin of Charles Darwin, was interested in the measurement of intelligence because he wanted to increase it through selective breeding. Can you hold up the painting for me? I wore a light sweater to the football game. Maybe. You should ask Kenneth. He may know the answer. This is for the part 1. Part A, sorry.
Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for Jamil.
Lesson 26. Act.
And I am Michael, the founder, owner.
Competed, competitive.
Here, hold on a minute. Okay, got it. So I just listened to your second pronunciation pretest in my online TOEFL course. So really, there's kind of two things. It's your stress and also your intonation. Those are the two areas that you really want to work on. So first of all, with word stress, Jamil, is you want to make sure the stress syllable is clear, louder, longer, and also higher pitch. So if you can do that more, that's also going to help you with your intonation. And you're also having a lot of problems in that area too. So specifically, here are the lessons I think you want to pay more attention to. No, I recommend you go through all of my pronunciation lessons at least one time and read out loud with me as you go through the information in those videos. But here are the lessons you want to focus on the most. Lesson number 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43, and lesson 44. So I think that's going to be very helpful for you at this point in your speaking practice and speaking study. Now remember, it's not enough to just use my online TOEFL course. You need to be speaking English a lot right now. This is very, very important to helping you get a high speaking score. So find opportunities to speak English whenever you can. That's going to be very, very important. All right, anyway, thank you for completing the pretest. Got that? Now I can send him a quick email. Okay, I think we have it. I think that's it. So if you're watching the YouTube video, you can probably see that a lot of my international students, they all have different problems. Some students need to focus more with their vocabulary and their grammar. Other students, for example, need to focus more on their pronunciation. Even other students might need to focus on organizing and developing their ideas a little bit more. So it's all unique. And that's why I am their TOEFL IBT speaking specialist. My job. These students are paying me to tell them what they need to do to get higher scores on the speaking section of the TOEFL. And that's my sole goal in life, is to do just that.